You're fat and you talk like a moron.
Nice preferable. Come on.
Hot dog stand.
Yes. 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 Travel in the hospital.
Hey, penis.
No God. No God. Shuli is my daddy. Susanna wasn't going to use. Did you order me beer or not? Go away. I lost my driver's license. Leave me alone. Vamos.
Stay tuned for an emergency show.
What I love about penis wrinkle.
God, I love penis wrinkle.
I swear to God, I'm gonna fucking come through the screen.
I'm coming, Jesus.
Hello. 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 Hello.
What is it?
Fuck Shuli, fuck the Shuli Network, and BS show. They can go suck an egg.
Can't take my house, Kevin. Took it in the ass. What? This is content. Fuck you, pay me. Oh! John's a alcoholic. John, your nose looks like a piece of chewed gum. Oh, wow. Dom DeLuise, does Susanna have big areola? Haystacks Calhoun. Haystacks Calhoun. Haystacks Calhoun. And I? Buenos dias, Juan El Tardamenda Amanda Malada.
Hey, where are the white women at? I can't get enough dicks in my butt.
I'll suck your dick.
I eat cock.
I swallow cum. I am gonna suck him off.
How stupid!
Windows update, download now.
The stench of failure.
Yo, producer Joe?
Wow, producer Joe, you know good guy. You know good guy.
Stay tuned for an emergency show. Oh, Taylor Swift.
Ah, the French.
We're live from my parking lot. What do you know, you fun up?
Hey, penis.
Behind my paywall.
Fucking my heart's racing like 10 motherfucking thousand feet.
Let's watch the dues pay up.
Point Dabblepoint. A Stuttering John Melendez
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Point Dabblepoint, the weekly roundtable discussion of Stuttering John. Joining me this week, you know him, you love him. Of course, I'm talking about Cardiff Electric. That's right. Cardiff Electric on YouTube, Twitter, Patreon, subreddit surfing. Subscribe, follow, support, and you're very welcome. Thanks for joining us, Cardiff. Good to see you. You look great. And of course, whoarethese.com. You know him. He's the man. He's Lady K in full effect. Carl, how are you, pal?
That's very offensive that you misgender me like that, Shuli. I hope you realize that really hurts me a lot when people do that to me. Hey, a week away from WATP Live in Largo, Florida, March 22nd. Get your tickets, WATPlive.com.
Love it. Love it. It's happening, as well as another great week of Stuttering John is happening. So much to get to, so much to talk about. Really, where I want to start, gentlemen, is the fallout. Once again.
Shuli.
Yes.
I hate to interrupt.
Sure.
But I feel it's horrible that nobody introduced you.
Oh, please. Nobody. Yeah, I'm I.E. Cock. How's everybody doing? Thank you. Thank you.
It's Shuli.
I want to start with the fallout yet again between John and one Vince, the evil lawyer. Apparently, Vince has crossed the line, which ironically has to do with somebody's wife. Apparently John, who's the king of bringing in people's family left and right, cannot forgive Vince. His words is dead to him because all Vince did was ask a simple question. I have it here written down. Raise your hand if you want to bang the army major's wife. And he freaked out over that.
Now, Shuli, you called him the king of bringing people's wives into this. I mean, name 4.
John, Edward, and Melendez. That's 3 I could do right now. But yeah, nobody's doing it but him. You're right. He is the be all end all, patient zero of doxing. And it's amazing to watch him come up with all these excuses as to why it's different what Vince did as opposed to what he does.
Well, Shuli, your wife has her own show, so obviously you can make fun of her.
It had a 1-episode run. It was 1 episode and done, but it was her own show. That's right.
Okay, so this is the checklist he goes through in his head. So one has her own show.
Breaking news, breaking news.
I am so sorry, but this seemed important enough to interrupt. So John was reviewing his stupid movie, and apparently there's a scene where it shows his naked ass. So the stream ended abruptly.
Oh no! Oh boy!
But by his hands or
probably, but we're reviewing the tape.
Okay. Wow, let's go. I love the breaking news. Thank you, Frog. Go ahead. You were saying, Carter.
Yeah, so we need the checklist of things that need to check off for him to put someone's wife on the internet. So 1 is she has to have a show. So we got that.
Right.
I believe 2, you must have drawn first blood.
Correct.
Yes. Okay. Yep. What else is on the list for John to justify his actions?
This was a new one that I heard when he was debating people about this Vince issue, which was by proxy. My wife is fair game because I am in the Dabblepoint. That's the new one.
Yes.
Right. So if Richard Ojeda does his show once a week and John is in the Dabbleverse, then by proxy, Richard is now in the Dabbleverse, and so is all of them, right?
Technically, I think Richard Ojeda's wife has appeared on the Stuttering John podcast at least once in the background.
Well,
so technically she...
Yeah, well, they did a whole campaign story on him on the news, and she was his wife, his daughter. I mean, if we're gonna split hairs here, they're all there. They're all presenting themselves in the public.
Hold on a second. Are you saying that Stuttering John is a hypocrite? Because that doesn't check out with me.
You know what? I'm going to go out on a limb and say he's a hypocrite.
You should say allegedly. You should really add allegedly.
I don't need the hypocrite police showing up at my door.
Oh, John was implying because, obviously you guys and I was making fun of Brian Caron for doing rail on the show. John was implying that there was going to be some kind of legal ramifications for us pointing this out.
Correct. Well, that was the other day. Today he was going, every time somebody brought up, he goes, I just laugh. He goes, me and Brian.
Yeah, that's right.
Laugh.
That's right. Yeah.
That
changed quick.
12 hours ago it was, you have no idea what's coming. That's all I will say. That was the threat. Brian Karem's on my list as maybe the greatest entrance into the Dabbleverse ever by Brian Karem. He's officially in now. But back to this, Army Major hypocrisy thing that's going on. Do you think this changes anything for Army Major? Is this the blow that gets Army Major to say, I'm backing away from this guy? It's too toxic.
It might be. I mean, he's always talked the tough game. He'll stomp these people who are who would shit on him to his face. Like, he's going to stomp everybody. But now that it's actually maybe going to bleed into his actual life, and his wife is his wife's name is getting thrown around, it might get him to, like, there's no upside for Richard Ojeda going on Stuttering John's show.
Yeah, but Rich Ojeda is the most loyal guy ever. He looks at everything like it's the military. So he is going into battle with you, and no matter what happens, he's got your back. I don't think anything gets Richard away from Stuttering John.
Yeah, well, loyal. I mean, if he was that loyal, he'd vote for Trump again, right? I mean, he did vote for him once.
Well, yeah, that's true. But look at all the publicity he got from doing that.
Yeah,
he got to go on Bill Maher's show.
I'd
vote for Trump if I go on Bill Maher's show. Sounds like a good deal.
So would John. He was so jealous when he got booked.
Tell Bill that I also do a political show. Did you tell him?
I love that he had no problem being a chauffeur as soon as he heard Richard was going on Bill. He goes, I'll drive you there. I know where it's at. It's no problem. Do you think they get back together, Vince and John? I don't think there's too many people that think otherwise. But how soon do you think this reunion happens?
How and why are the two questions.
The why is money. Okay.
In what form? Will it be in DoorDash? Will it be in direct beer?
I think this one's going to have to be an actual payment, right? An actual.
Or Shuli, it could be an apology. Sometimes that's all it takes for John. Like with Patrick Melton, he was ready to be best friends with him as long as he apologized. So
true.
It's very possible.
It's funny. The other day he was talking about, somebody reminded him that Levy did apologize to him in an email, and John squashed it with him in the email. And then yesterday, somebody reminded him of it, and he says, I'm the type of guy that face-to-face really is where the apology means the most. So I don't accept his apology.
What a fun life to just make up rules every day. You ever have, like, when you were growing up, you played with kids that would just make up rules as the game is going? You're like, no, I'm actually on home base right now. I'm safe. You can't get me. Like, what do you mean? It's not the rule of the game. He does it all day, every day.
And when you were done playing with that kid, every kid said, I'm never fucking playing with that kid again.
Yeah, I'm done with this guy. He sucks.
Yeah. Strudelwagon gifted one. Thank you for joining us, everybody. We're over 1,000. Hit like, hit subscribe, hit notification, and turn on accept gifted memberships if you.
I have to say, this is the most important show in the Dabbleverse. Every week, Friday at 4 p.m. If you're not getting any other news, this is where you have to come to find out the week of Stuttering John. We appreciate you all for being here.
Absolutely. Thank you. We know you could be doing anything else right now, and for some reason you're not. So thank you. I didn't know that after drinking 27 beers and a handful of Klonopin as a chaser would lead to 24-hour COVID. So that was today's. Thank you for helping us switch lanes here. Today he announced that. Well, first of all,
do you have the tweet?
Frog, find the tweet. But let's go back 2 days ago. He was doing a show, and he said, I remember this. We watched it just the other night. 4 beers in 40 minutes. He chugged that. He said, they're going down smooth tonight.
Yeah, the beers are flowing tonight, he said.
Beers are flowing. Well, apparently the next morning, vomit was flowing, according to him. As that next morning, he went for a walk, sat on a bus stop, and vomited with snot pouring out of his nose on the street.
I've had COVID twice. Never once did I puke on a park bench with snot coming out of my nose.
No, I've had it a bunch. I've never thrown up. I just laid in bed. That was pretty much it. But that day it wasn't COVID. He just didn't understand. It was the Santa Ana winds.
That's right. Allergies,
allergies. He had lifted some weights earlier.
Oh my God, he showed his bicep today. And I'm sorry, I don't want to derail us because this is one of the things I want to talk about today. But he actually flexed for us. He showed us his bicep, and then he said after that, he goes, "Well, it's small right now, but wait until next week because of the because of the muscle memory. He doesn't know what muscle memory means. He thinks that I used to be buff, so if I just lift weights for a week, I'll be buff again. That's what muscle memory is.
Hey, you remember me, buddy? Come on.
No, he's talked about that before. He thinks he has some genetic advancement, like something he's got more that other people don't have. 1 week in the gym and it all just the V shows up.
I'll be honest with you. You saw me this past weekend. We were at the Comedy at the Carlson together.
Yes.
And, I got the beer gut going right now. But don't worry, because next week when I'm in Largo, it'll be gone. I just need 1 week to work on it. I'll be fine.
You get your Spanx.
Is it 5-day or full business week? How long?
It's insane that he's like, no, I realize I have bony arms right now, but wait until next week. Even Chad Zubak would say, like, wait until July. He would try to give himself some time to get there.
Yeah. Well, I mean, listen, John's well, just the other day he was saying when he was sick, saying, a lot of people don't drink when they're sick. He goes, I'm different. I drink when I'm sick. Cut to 8 hours later, I have COVID for the third time. Thank God I'm vaxxed, I believe, is the gist of that. Do you have it, Frog?
No, he may have deleted it. I'm not finding it.
I'll email it to you now.
So, John is talking about how he's vaccinated, and that's why his COVID wears off in 13 hours and whatever. Not even the pharmaceutical companies who created these vaccines will tell you that it wears off. The vaccination wears off. That's why they're just like, yeah, it actually doesn't last very long, so you got to get boosted and reboosted. And John is still making arguments like it's 2022. He's like, you got to get vaccinated, people. It's the only way to survive this thing. It's like, yeah, that story's come and gone, John. We're moving on.
Go ahead, Cardiff. You can read this.
Go ahead. Well, it turns out for the third time I got COVID yesterday. I was in bed all night, sweating through my clothes, and fever has finally broken. Thank God I'm vaccinated. If you aren't, do it. Don't listen to these moronic anti-vaxxers. No haters. It had nothing to do with alcohol.
I mean, if you have to write that in a statement, it had everything to do with alcohol. And we've all had COVID. It doesn't go away in a matter of hours. And where's the test? Everybody can't wait showing they're positive when they got it. Where's
Brought to you by Pfizer.
Well, he said today he's going to CVS later today to get tested.
Oh.
Could you imagine you're working at CVS, someone walks in, he's like, yeah, I want to get my COVID test. You're like, sir, we haven't done that in 18 months. What are you talking about? That's not a thing anymore.
Gonna hose him off like Stallone and Rambo. They're just gonna throw him in a shower and just fucking let him have it. Lady K looks really gay today. Thank you, Reels.
Thank you, Reels.
COVID-eering. John pisses me off. He pisses me right off. Well, I'm sorry. Get in line. What can I tell you?
Well, also,
sticker. Yeah.
I'm so sorry to cut you off during this. But John also never took a COVID test. So someone asked, I think Penis Wrinkle, or someone asked him today, why do you think you had COVID? He goes, I just know. It's one of those things when you're pregnant with a boy and you're like, I think it's going to be a boy. I just know.
I put in the symptoms in WebMD, and this is what it came back with.
So, sometimes when you have the boy, it isn't a boy.
That's right.
True. Good point.
Amen. Off topic, but Carl, did you really invite Joey C to your WATP live event? Check out his walk and talk live stream. He's nonstop threatening to harm himself. He's nuts now.
Yeah, I haven't talked to Joey C in a little while. Back when he wanted to come to the show, and I said, yeah, I'll put you on the guest list, you and your wife, no problem. He wasn't doing that. So I should check in with him and see how he's doing.
Touch base. I talk to him every now and then. He's doing all. It seems he's all right when he talks to me. I don't know if he's working an angle with this, but
Well, look, I'm not gonna lie. I'm a marketer. I'm a promoter. If he does decide to off himself at our show, no such thing as bad publicity, right?
We got a few tickets left, guys.
Probably make the papers.
Not mopping up.
Yeah, Mr. Boone.
No, we'll use Tukey to do that.
Cardiff needs to interview the guy who attacked Army Major with the hammer a while back. Shout out White Lines. Karam. Yes, White Lines. What are the odds? Is that attacker going to be on an interview with you, Cardiff? I know you get the attackers as soon as it happens.
He might be harder to find than Chad Zumock's attacker.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
But easier than Stevie Lou's guy.
Hypocrite, as I say, not as I do. Thank you, Puffy. Well said. Hey, Riku. Hi, Carl. I lost the link to Stuttering John's full and unedited audiobook. Could you send it to me again, or should I ask John, his buddy, or his publisher for it?
It's crazy. That story changes every time he tells it. Of all the people who have seen that I put his full audiobook up on our Patreon. It's insane.
It's his big fish story on his deathbed.
Yes.
They're going to realize this was all true, and we're all going to be like, "What the fuck, Carl? That piece of shit." When will Cardiff offer trolling classes? You can't teach what he has.
Patreon.com/Cardiff Electric.
Apparently, you can. Go to Patreon. Reels gifted 10. Let's go, Bubba. Come on, Joe. Yeah, Cardiff, get in there.
I swallow cum.
It's because I look so gay.
I know. We give
I did
Carl
that.
what?
Whoa! Cardiff mask.
Oh, that's cool.
That hurt.
Wow. Thank you, Reels. Has Stuttering John ever been on the Majors pod? That's a great question. Has he ever been on Army Majors show?
I'm not sure.
I think way back in the years ago, I think he has.
In order to know that, I'd have to watch the Major show, which I've never done.
But I would agree with Cardiff. If he has gone on, it was before Army Major knew just how crazy he really was. You know, now he keeps it because you saw it. Speaking of Bill Maher, he was all for John joining him at Bill Maher, and then as it got closer and closer, he's like, "Yeah, they told me I can't bring anybody with me," and you know, he got smart. He knew what was up.
Drop off is 3 blocks from the studio.
Yeah, he's like a kid getting dropped off for school, embarrassed by their parents. Yeah, just right over here is perfect. I'll walk the rest of the way.
Brian Kerr made it snow. Breaking news: John's channel is not active. Is that true? Frog, can you look into that? Vince has the same smile as Adam Lanza. Make of that what you will.
Agreed.
Ojeda belongs in the booty hatch. Thank you, Mason, a.k.a. Portland Shane Gillis. Puffy gifting 5. Thank you, Puff. Dang Lizard. St. John proclaimed it's so, it must be true. This show, Point Dabblepoint, that existed for longer than people thought possible, is failing miserably. Yes, correct.
The numbers don't lie, shitwaya.
Just he does. Oh, and today on his show, he's telling his sick story, and he says twice, he goes, I lied on the bed. I lied on the couch. And he's just like, what are you teaching? What are you teaching human beings? Children, I lied. Glad Bob isn't here. Disappointed Rocco and OJ stuck up to do PDP. Totally jealous of Shuli. Cardiff outshines both of them. Carl is okay too.
Oh, thank me, Dazzler.
This guy knows.
Yeah. Great point by Carl as to how John is a kindergartner, changing rules by the minute.
Everything he does is childish. Everything he does. It's crazy. Same with KB, which I'd love to talk more about that because KB today, thank you for promoting Hackamania so much, Kevin. I appreciate it. Unbelievable.
Yeah, he had a whole meltdown yesterday.
He had a whole meltdown about Ray DeVito doing a show that he didn't sanction.
Well, also about somebody sniping him. Can you imagine the gall of somebody to snipe Evan?
And I love that, and my buddy Liam's on the show, and Liam's playing into it. But Liam's going, yeah, Ray, you're doing a show with Kevin's enemies. What did I ever do to make Kevin my enemy? Kevin just decided to not like me because that's what he needs. He needs drama. That's what he needs on his show. It's like, I never did anything to the guy.
You started a show many years ago. That was your mistake, Carl.
I guess.
Apparently. John likes to call women who reject him a crunt. I, for one, find him to be a real fraggot. Thank you, Plague Rat. Finally, some eye candy. Love you, Potato. You. Joe Dicker gifted 5. Thank you, Joe.
Really, dudes pay you?
When is DabbleCon 2? Let's split a steak soon. Michael P. A date has been thrown out, right?
Yes, we do have a weekend.
Yeah,
so
we're not saying
an announcement.
We're not
whole
saying the
weekend,
date, right?
No, I don't think so. I don't think we're announcing it yet. But
we say the month.
Keep your summer clear.
Right. Okay. I was gonna say, do we say the month or
we can? Okay. Yeah, August.
August. There you go. August. DabbleCon 2.
It could be Such Joe's funeral. I'm not sure what it's gonna be.
Well, it's funny because I saw this yesterday, and I said, well, I was thinking, are we going to do Dabby's again? Because, there is a lot of stuff there since his return.
Yeah.
And I'm debating and debating. And then this clip was played last night, and I go, we're doing the fucking dabbies again. Check this
Oh! You know, I do have to say this. The Canadian side is the only way to look at that. That's really the better side when you want to look at that.
I mean, I will never forget for the rest of my life the reaction that audience had during grossest moment category. It was like the people on the subway train in New York the other day when the shooting happened. People were screaming, running for the exits. They were, I mean, it was unbelievable.
People were vomiting in their glass. It was crazy.
The room moved. You could feel something.
It was a seismic shift. My potato friend is correct. Stuttering John had his third episode of 12-hour COVID skull. Isn't it amazing? He is different. He jokes, but he's serious.
But imagine if he wasn't vaccinated.
Yeah, right.
Yes. DPM. Shuli finished in 10th place out of 10 people in Win Stuttering John's Job contest with a 1.52% of the vote. He lost to juggernauts such as Yucko the Clown and Bob Levy. Smart of Carl to hitch his wagon to Shuli Stuck. Thank you, DPM, for the 20
Well,
votes.
look at Richard and Sale haven't left the Stern show yet, so this is what we're left with.
Yeah.
Until
they show up, this is what you get.
That's right.
John got COVID from the 80-mile-per-hour Santa Ana winds caused by Republican climate change. Amen. Well said.
He might have actually said that too. I wouldn't be surprised.
That you brought up Kevin briefly. You know, John, I saw the other day on Twitter, had a tweet where he tagged Kevin in it, who he can't stand. He's still looking for Kevin's love and appreciation, right?
He's physically attracted to Kevin Brennan. That's weird.
It's beyond weird. It's like it's a straight up dude who's into another dude.
Yes.
I don't see any other reason why he gives him so much slack when it comes to trashing John, like he likes to say, and everybody else is you barely have to say anything negative about him, and he rips your whole family apart.
Oh, apparently he's going to do a whole thing on Vinny Paulino now going forward because Vinny was on KC's show last night, so it doesn't take much.
And also, Mike Morse seems to have rattled John this week because Mike stating for a fact that he did, in fact, write jokes for Leno while he wasn't a full-time staff writer. He was living on the East Coast, but he was sending in and getting paid for jokes that were used in monologue. So John is very upset about it. Mike showed a pay stub the other day to prove that he's a paid writer for the Tonight Show at some point. And John today, ranting and raving as usual. People are offering a song parody contest I saw between John and Mike Morse today. And John, talking about Mike for 30 minutes, says, why would I give him any attention? Why would I talk about him? Which is insane. Just did 35 minutes on it.
And why would I duel him in the thing that I claim has been my profession for 35 years? I'll meet him in the ring if we're gonna fit it solve.
Or an IQ test in a boxing ring or IQ test. Those are the two options he's left with in life. Carl, your thoughts on the Tonight Show?
That brings up something that I actually saw in Uncle Rico this week that I was laughing at, and so was Mike. That John thinks he has perfect pitch and he can tell what key any song is in just by hearing it. This is when John starts bragging, I start to think like maybe John is just playing a character now because he knows how stupid he is. So is he saying shit like that just to get a rise out of people like me and Mike who are just like, bullshit, motherfucker? There's no way.
I don't think he's that calculated. I
know that I go back and forth on this, Shuli. I really do. I should be putting polls out somewhere to explain. Does John really think he can tell the key of a song just by listening to it? Because I'd love for him to pop on an Isotopes tune or two and just tell me what key it's in. I'd love for him to test this out.
I mean, it's more believable that he actually thinks he can do this than it is to say he's planning all of this and putting this together for a reaction.
That's true, yes.
You know what I mean?
But he did come up with such bangers as Fatty Patty, which, of course, is a melody that gets stuck in my head on a loop. It's just an earworm, that song.
The new It's a Small World, they're calling it.
Yeah, it's killing me.
Can we have Dr. Steve describe alcohol withdrawal syndrome? Because it sounds like what John keeps going through.
Yeah. You see, the problem is you don't have enough fluid.
Yeah. I mean, we have people. I saw a guy on Twitter who he said himself, "I'm an alcoholic. I know exactly what's happening with John right now. Like, and it's not good. And he's on the road that there ain't no coming back from."
Oh, let's talk about this real quick. I'm sorry,
Yes.
I keep bouncing around different topics, but he said this on the show today. So one of the super chatters was like, John, you were hospitalized because of alcohol. You were dehydrated and you had to go to the hospital. He goes, that wasn't because of alcohol. He goes, I was doing coke for 2 days straight.
Oh my God.
He literally said he was doing cocaine for 2 days straight, and that's why he was dehydrated. I've had friends who have had coke problems over the years. None of them were ever dehydrated. It's not a thing.
Nobody's handing him a cup of water like a marathon runner.
Yeah, right.
Drink
That's
this.
a lot of coke. You better sip some of this.
Drink this.
Have a Gatorade. Jesus.
Well, he's got this stress test coming up, which somebody reached out and said, look, they don't give stress tests unless there's something up with your heart.
Right. Yes.
Something they need to examine.
Yeah, no, he said that he had a heart condition, and then now he's changing the narrative on that. But yeah, he has a heart problem.
Yeah, and he's talking about, he goes, I ate bacon and eggs this morning, no bread. But then 12, 15 beers later that night. So what's the point in eating fucking...
Is that another troll? I'm sorry to say this. Is John... he can't be that stupid, right?
He said when he vomited the other day, it was just water and the Boost chocolate drink. That's what he had. Oh, and hummus and pretzels.
Yeah, and it didn't taste like anything.
Yeah.
But he has to be this dumb because for it to be an act, he would be a genius. And I know he's not that.
No,
correct.
You're right. We're talking off the charts.
I wrote this down because he said this on his show today. He said, stupid people are too stupid to feel that they're stupid.
That's fuck you. You didn't say
He's
that.
amazing. He's amazing. He said that. I wrote it down because I'm like, I can't believe he said that. I have to
Say
write
that
this down.
again.
Stupid people are too stupid to feel that they're stupid.
I don't even know.
Deep thoughts with John Melendez.
Speak Mandarin to me. I would understand that more than that fucking sentence he just said. Stuttering John blocked me from super chats. I only asked about drummers over drummer. Zen had a little issue the other day on BS about drummers. Dabbleverse. What is this?
Triumvirate Assemble.
Oh, triumvirate. That's how it's spelled.
Oh,
It must be a Canadian word.
I was gonna say. Like,
I'm probably
Coach,
wrong.
Coach Krzyzewski over there at Duke. You ever see that spelling? Mental case. Contact Dr. Steve because St. John is the only documented case of chronic 24-hour COVID, like malaria, returns at random intervals without alcohol. Dang Lizard keeping us updated. Thank you, Dang. Melendez Muscle remembers. They never forget. Thank you for doing your part, boys. We appreciate the hard work and dedication. Hard work. We're just monitoring an idiot.
Yeah, no, Troy
really.
Smith is the man. Thank you, buddy. Of course, the very famous illustration of John behind me was done by Troy Smith.
Oh, beautiful work.
Great work.
Thanks for popping in, sir. Honor and a privilege. Dabblepoint World Order. Go Bills.
Go Bills.
Oh, EJ. Come on.
How about them Sabres? 4-0 last night against the Islanders. Looking good.
How are they doing in the season?
Well, they're doing terrible, but they're now making a run, so it's just enough to give me hope, which is really annoying. So now I'm watching all the games again.
Hi, Shuli. Stuttering John's teeth were the color of this chat today, and he was extra mucusy. Well, it's COVID, Tom R. Not hummus and pretzels. COVID.
Listen, his liver is perfect. His heart is perfect. He's fine.
Yeah.
He's doing great. He's
Yeah.
going to live for easily 2 or 3 more months. He's fine.
You guys need an idiot on deck and in the hole. How long do you see the audience maintaining interest in Stuttering John?
Oh, dude, that brings up something that I'm very pissed off about.
Go ahead.
Joe Matarese decided to end his show. He took down all of his podcast episodes and stopped podcasting this week.
Didn't he just start back up?
Yes, he just started back up. He had Ray DeVito on his show, and then the next day it was nuked.
Well, that's all you had to say. He had Ray. I understand. That's like some sort of disease breaking out on a cruise ship. You just light that motherfucker
It's over,
on fire
yeah,
and sink
right.
it.
We got to keep everybody on this ship. It's over.
No, there ain't no
his-
bringing that back to port. Yes, Carter.
He dipped his toe in the Dabbleverse and decided, nope.
Yeah.
A lot. That happens a lot. Yeah, I mean, that's sorry to see you go, Joe. Maybe he'll want to be part of the Carl roast that we're putting together.
Oh, is that happening?
Yeah, I'm in discussion with one Tom Myers to come and roast.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes. I was
Yeah.
hoping you were going to say Colin Quinn or David Tao, but I'll take Tom Myers. That's good.
Yeah. Some people don't answer my calls. Tom Myers still picks up my calls.
Okay.
I was hoping you were going to start touring with Joe Matarese, Shuli. Spaghetti and matzo balls.
That's good.
I like it. I have 30 COVID tests in my closet. Who needs to go to a place anymore? That's the other thing. How do you not have a COVID test with you?
They send them to you in the mail. they're free. They send them to you whether you want them or not.
By now, everybody's had it multiple times. You know when you got it. You know.
Well, it's a cold. I mean,
Yeah,
I don't think John has COVID.
If it wasn't for the double standard, Stuttering John wouldn't have standards. I like that.
Good point.
Or chins.
I don't know how the DTs don't ruin him. Hardcore. He is. He's a pro. You can't take that away from him. Even COVID doesn't want to be around John, at least not for long. Hackamania VIP, Brian Shapiro's a buffoon. Radio is dead. Chris Dyer, member.
All right. We'll see you in Vegas.
Thank you. Had COVID 3 times, got the chills, felt weak, and that's about it for 10 days. And I'm proudly unpricked like Stuttering John's daughter. Hi, Cardiff. Hi, Grant's brother. Hi, Shuli.
I love that Uncle Jack was in the chat earlier. Go, where's Grant? Why isn't Grant here?
We'll have him on one day. Mr. Spittle, gifting 5.
Get off
Thank
your
you,
knees,
sir.
Dave. You're embarrassing yourself.
Great meeting Carl and Cardiff in Rochester.
Oh, thanks for coming to the show. That was a lot of fun.
Thank you, Chris.
Hi to Carl and Shuli, but not to Cardiff. I'm still mad at him over the fake self-dox joke, despite his dreamy eyes and lips.
Sorry.
Do you have the
That's
clip,
good.
Cardiff? Could you? Oh, no, that's a different one. Okay. So
I
apparently,
I have to get rid of the other one.
So our boy Lockie, who made that mask for you that you wore at the show this past weekend, fantastic.
Brilliant.
I had Vinny was over here today doing a creep off bonus. He told me that Lockie's building a second one for you.
He wants to build a second one, but he's got some bigger projects in the works right now. But I'll let someone else announce that.
Oh,
But
all right.
Lockie is
Yeah,
working on
he's
something
working
else.
on something for the Rico shows we're doing.
Nice. He
Huntington
does great
Beach.
work.
Yeah,
It's fantastic.
he's
Everyone go vote for Lockie.
Yeah.
Go to my Twitter, vote for Lockie's King.
Vote it up.
Yeah. He's brilliant artist. Really good dude too, and a big fan of all this. So shout out. Any chance of TSN WATP show in Cape Coral?
I'll just have you guys over. We'll just hang
Yeah.
out. That would be
Go
fun.
to fucking Carl's house and hang
Yeah.
out. And then we'll just do, instead of a pub crawl, we'll walk to John's place. We'll just
You
all
should see
go
my
up there.
podcast studio in my my home in Florida. It's
Yeah.
literally my closet. I put a green screen in my closet now, so you guys can all
I'm sure
cram in
John
there
won't
with me.
I'm sure John won't make fun of you for that.
You guys have to. You guys got to do a show at the house, then do the walkover like O&A.
Yes,
Yeah,
To
that's what I'm
John's
saying.
house.
I love it. I love it.
Dang Lizard, Stuttering John just cut off his show himself because he was afraid the strike and did not want to read the super chats. He was much behind. I lost at least 10 pence. Wow, that sucks.
That sucks. Dang Lizard, you're spreading the good word right now.
I
Your super
know.
chats need to be read.
Scumbag 24/7. Stuttering John is a true talent. Whack Pack Hall of Fame. He's
that's a good
literally
point.
in the top 5.
Yeah,
right now.
Shuli, I was just gonna say that if you had to rank your favorite whack packers, and we know who the best ones are, obviously Jeff the Drunk. No, I'm kidding. But if you had to rank your favorite whack packers, John is easily top 3 for every single person at this point.
He's for sure top 5, and yeah, I would put him in top 3 right now based on you just don't know what you're going to get from him.
Unless Tan Mom becomes the senator from Florida.
Right.
If that happens, then maybe she moves up a couple of slots, but I think John's up there.
Think about it. He's like the perfect whack packer because he has pieces of every other whack packer in him.
Yeah.
He has
People have been sending me
unpredictability.
people have been sending me the old show, and unfortunately it's gone from the internet, but the only thing you could find is how we're talking about it when Eric the Midget was watching American Idol
Mm-hmm.
Remember, he had an internet show before podcasting was really a big thing.
Absolutely.
And Howard would check in on that. And
Yep.
it's like John's show. There's no transformative content. He just sits there and he goes, he has nothing to say.
Let me tell you something. JD, who would like clip gay porn and all this crazy shit, that was the thing he didn't want to watch. That was the thing he begged Howard, just have somebody else do this. I can't sit through this show. It just slowly killed him. But yeah, he's got the unpredictability of Beetle, right? He's got the anger.
Shits his pants like Beetle. Let's go over all the things with Beetle, John.
He's got the anger and bitterness, and the selfishness of Eric, the actor, right? The drinking of Hank.
Yep. The drinking of Jeff the Drunk.
The drinking of
the drinking of Bigfoot. The drinking.
Also the weird dead parts of his body, like Jeff the Drunk, the finger, the arm, the
a super chatter pointed out to him that he has to lift both arms when he takes a sip of something, so he's just like it's bizarre.
He has the intelligence of Wendy.
Yeah,
the intelligence
of everybody.
Wendy. Yep,
unbelievable. He's gonna be living at home like Sour Shoes soon. Like
and,
it's great.
And a little bit of Daniel Carver in there, I'm sure.
Oh yeah.
Deep
wake up, fireworks lovers.
Well, actually, Cardiff, when he talks about Kevin Brennan's wife, it's very much channeling the KKK vibe right there. She's black, just admit it.
We had a drop a while ago. It goes, I think the blacks should be with the whites.
Yeah, it's so progressive. I think you can use any water fountain you want. That's how I feel.
That's me. That's the kind of guy I am. The Johnsons are here, everybody, and they're given the gift of a membership. Thank you. Ooh, smug skull.
Someone in the chat, we missed one. The scheming of high pitch.
Oh yes, that's excellent.
Yes,
excellent.
Good call.
No, that's not my business card. Yeah, he's 100%.
Also, the IQ of high pitch.
Correct. When John was schooling us the other day about his arm definition, he kept saying, do 10 sets. Couldn't even tell the difference between a rep and a set. He's a noodle arm.
Yes.
10 sets.
Yeah, he was explaining to Vince the lawyer how to get tone. He's just like, this guy doesn't even know how to work out. John, I saw all the photos of you from Atlantic City. What are you talking about?
Like a blind guy going, here's how you run across a highway. Listen to me. You ready?
Right.
I would have hoped Army Major would do some self-reflection on who he is friends with after breaking down calling Lemmy cunt. Not a good look. So I may have missed this, but he called Lemmy, our Lemmy, a cunt. The Army Major, is that true?
No, I think John did.
Oh, John did.
And so
okay.
you would think that the Army Major would be like, that's
based on him talking to women like that, right?
Yes,
right. But I mean, that's not even on the first 3 pages of why Army Major.
Tell me about it.
You know. Do you think John is more retarded or autistic?
6 of 1.
Meanwhile, the day before John got sick, a clubfoot, a potato, and one of the chosen walk into the bar. They leave disappointed because a 4th row seat filler drank all the beer. Probably a true story. Joe Dicker.
That did happen.
I will never have a business meeting with a potato, shitware, or frosted tips. PWO. Daniel.
All right. Let me address that real quick.
Go ahead.
So John was watching KC with Vinny Paulino on his show today. Vinny was on Casey's show last night. And what I love about Vinny is that he's saving this story he has about his dealings with Stuttering John for our live show in Largo, March 22nd, WTBlive.com. And so Vinny is telling KC, yeah, I got this thing. I'm going to save it. I told Carl I'd save it for the live show. And John's watching this and he goes, oh, he's going to talk about how I didn't show up to that conference call because I didn't want to talk to a potato. It's like, no. This has been talked about many times. It's something very different than that, John.
Yeah.
We're all looking forward to it.
Like the Gary when he goes, I bet you can't piss us off in the sentence, Howard.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
I know what you're going to say about me. And Howard's like, no, you cheat on your wife. He's like, wait a minute, and then
that pisses me off.
Yeah,
don't say that.
Guess what? It worked.
This is March 15th, 5 days from what should have been John's return to the stand-up stage.
Correct.
The canceled show.
Yeah, and he was talking today about how he can get booked at any club he wants to. He can just pick up a phone and be a headliner in any club that he wants. Why would he want to even do a show in Rochester in this crime-ridden shithole, poverty-ridden shithole? He's amazing.
So here's a question for you. There are some theories now, because John has said that he's going to be in New York all summer. He's leaving LA soon. He gave Guillermo a bunch of booze to feed his cats. Guillermo brought him cat litter. He had his Mercedes detailed. Now, there are a couple theories out here. One of the theories is the Mercedes is getting detailed because he's selling them. Can't drive.
Okay.
The other theory is he's been asked to leave, and he is leaving this summer for good from his apartment. Then the other weird thing that he said is, my son is graduating, and then I go where he goes. Which I thought, number one, what is this?
Wait, is this like Back to School, like that Rodney Dangerfield movie?
Yeah, he's gonna do college with him, for real this time.
I want to see John do that dive that he does.
The triple Wendy.
Triple Wendy, yeah.
So, like, as a parent, how's your kid graduating at 18, not have a plan, not know where they're going, and you're just like, what are you following fish? Like, we're just gonna what are you talking about?
Good question.
That was very weird to me. The theories about him being in New York all summer, that seems odd to me. Why are you paying rent for a place you're not at all summer? I think he's just saying he's going all summer because he doesn't want to announce that he's leaving for good.
Well, also, why wouldn't he live in his house in Florida? By the way, when he called his mansion,
yeah,
on his show the other day, I have a bigger house than John does. It's not a mansion. It's 3 bedrooms. It's not that impressive.
That there's another theory regarding the house is that people think he will be moving into that very soon in order to claim it from his brother and sister.
I think he's selling that house. The problem is that property values are going down right now in Cape Coral.
Right.
So it's very bad timing, and he's going to take a loss on it. So I think he wants to sell it because what the fuck? Why did he buy a house in Florida? He's never there. He's never in Florida.
Well, I mean, it looks like he convinced his mom to get a house out there is what it looks like.
Right. And his mom was on the show over Christmas time saying, I do not want to go to Florida. I have no reason to ever go to Florida. So John got her to buy this house, and now he doesn't want to live there. I don't understand it.
It's like he's a master manipulator sometimes. It's amazing.
So I didn't hear about that. So he said that he's going to New York for the summer. Is he living with his mom for the whole summer?
I would assume so because
I hope so.
He's talking about a big meetup with Broccoli, Leo Gunn, a couple other people he gave first and last names of. And speaking of Broccoli, he doxed his first name this week on the show,
Yes,
John.
he did.
I don't know if you noticed that. Now, my question to you is, do you think that was a complete slip-up accident, or is that John firing a warning shot? Because I happen to think that's a warning shot.
Yeah.
No,
for sure. That is a warning shot. And, going back to John missing that conference call because he didn't want to have a business meeting with a potato. He's like, I'm not doing a business meeting with a potato. I need to see his real face. Like, John, we know what you're going to do with that information. You're going to dox Cardiff.
Again, in that case, he's changing history again because first it was he forgot. And it was Vinny's fault. It was Vinny's fault that he didn't remind him. He should have texted him to let him know that there was a meeting instead of like Vinny just sent a meeting invite. Here's a time. Show up like an adult.
And Vinny did email him when you guys were waiting around for 15 minutes. Like, hey, you coming to this or not?
But he should have texted Carl. That's right. That's the problem.
But correct me if I'm wrong, Cardiff. Wasn't Vinny doing a show the day before this meeting, and John was texting him stuff to say?
Yes.
On Point Dabblepoint, yes.
Yes.
He was on this very show
Correct.
the day before the meeting, yes.
Right. And so he said he missed that meeting because look at these 4 losers trashing me. Remember that tweet?
Well, he was pissed because Vinny didn't respond to 8 texts in a row.
Yeah.
And so John took that as a personal slight, even though every one of those texts were say this to Phil Elmore, now say this to Phil Elmore, now say this. And so how do you respond to that after the show's over? You're no longer talking to Phil Elmore. So you're just like, okay, well, whatever.
Yeah. Listen. Yeah, go ahead.
All 3 of us have given 3 different reasons why John didn't show up to the meeting. And all 3 of them are reasons that he said.
Yes.
This isn't a game. This isn't a Cardiff game. Guess the reason.
Yeah, right. We don't know.
You've said them all.
To pick a lie. The new Cardiff game. Yeah.
So I changed the topic. What were we talking about just before that? I apologize.
I'm trying to think here.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I got us all.
No, we're all over. There's so much going on. It's tough.
Is it
like,
New York? Oh, is it him?
New York.
Moving to
he's
New York.
He's claiming he will be gone all summer to New York. Now, I don't know if that means portion in New York, then going to Florida. But one thing, the Dabblers Anonymous is heating up with the theory that he's gone for good. He's done with LA. He's done with Cali. He doesn't have to pay child support if the kid's now 18.
Right.
So
graduate.
No, graduate.
High school. Yeah.
Graduate. He said that many
June.
times.
Right.
This May or June. Yeah.
Right. So then he's off the books, and he can. And then that's why
he's at his mom's house all summer and podcasting from there. I haven't been talking about John as much lately on WATP, but I'm all the way back in if that happens. That's my favorite.
You need a China hutch behind John, don't you?
I love it.
It's the greatest location of his podcast he's ever done.
For sure.
That kitchen right there. This one's good.
That one's good.
Then,
yep.
Yeah. And then
that's the one.
That's I am Eugene. I too am fully vaccinated and have had COVID 3 times. None of them very bad. I suspect Stuttering John's underlying health is so awful. COVID is having a field day in his system. Probably. Have Carl and Cardiff seen the picture of the dude with the huge neck? Oh, the radioactive guy. That looks
yes.
John.
I saw you guys playing that on the BS show, the video of that. It's incredible. He looks exactly like John.
Exactly.
All rule changes are in Stuttering John's favor, period. That's an excellent point. Hey, boys, the best dabblers in the business. Billy Collins.
And Cardiff is here, too.
Oh,
I have an award here that says otherwise, Lady K.
Is Cardiff Harg as thick as a baking potato?
No.
The only two people I hear who are bragging about their Dabbler awards are Joey C. and Cardiff Electric.
One and the same.
Yep.
Shuli, is John more of a Shlomo or a Yaakov? I would say he's more of a Shlomo. In my time of meeting Shlomos and Yaakov. Stuttering John, Shuli ran for me today. Pay me $2K. I'll do your wife. I wish that was really good. Yeah, that was funny. The fake TSN account got into his chat. I'm sure it's through Vince because he was the only one talking about it, doing shows about it. Where I'm supposedly offering him $2,000 to come on the show and debate. And I said, listen, forget $2,000. You're not worth $20. And I'll do you one better. You can annihilate me, Mike, Bob. We're all fucking nothing compared to you. Send any one of us the link. We'll come on your show for free. You can keep all the super chats.
I gave him 3 chances. He wasn't funny.
Right. You come and annihilate us. You come. Come on. We'll come to you. We'll make it easy.
He's such a pussy. It's incredible.
I wish someone would create the stock chart like Luke and Coffee of John's value since he's returned.
Yeah.
He started off, what did he get, 5K from Brennan or 3,000 from Brennan?
But he was close to 5K. He got 1,000 from Chad after that, I think.
But I believe his offer before that was more for someone else's show. I believe that he passed on.
It was about that.
Oh, it was about, okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, his value just keeps plummeting. Now he's begging for $2,000 from you.
Well, that was a crazy week because John went from 3,000 to 600, but he did 600 twice. I think it was like 1,200 with Chad Zumach to a 6-pack to go on Opie's show, in which he negotiated. How about a 12-pack?
He tried to negotiate for a 12, and the negotiations ended at that point.
They ended at that
Opie
point.
walked
Opie's
away.
like, I
Too
don't
rich
need
for my
this.
blood. I'm out. Dorby, this is what the kids get when their school hire a bum like John to be a substitute teacher. They get a substitute teacher because the sub got stoned on booze and Klonopin. Not on duty. Clyde, Stuttering John's channel is still up, but he has removed the past month of live streams. Removing the snort evidence, the Major's wife video, conspiracy theory. Yeah, I mean, it's also, he's an idiot. He doesn't understand how the internet works still till this day, that We don't need him to leave his shows up. We have them. We get them in real time. It's done, and we're not the only ones doing it. A lot of people are doing it, so there's a lot of copies of whatever the fuck it is. Trust me.
There's a lot of wasted storage space out there.
Oh, you ain't kidding. Smouse, slap your elbows, boys. Smouse, one of sleeper funniest characters in TV history. Slapjaw, gifting one. The man. Is his holy sermon today, Saint John proclaimed, faxers and freelancers cannot be writers, and he wrote for every Stern show he was on. Interesting.
Yeah, that's correct. He showed his credits. He had 2,200 something writing credits for the Howard Stern show.
That's funny because when we checked online, his credit was not that of a writer. I don't know if you saw.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Thought it was 480.
Thank you, Cardiff, for
Oh, you're welcome, Uncle Jack.
Oh.
The professor.
What was going on in Rochester? Wow.
Hey, don't worry about it. Don't ask. Shuli, just back from purchasing a kilo of fake chats from the Buenos Aires cartel, negotiated a better deal than you thought we would. So here's the leftover cash. Jorge and Blanco said to tell you El Shalomo. Thank you, Professor. Thank you for that.
Just text that next time. Don't put it in a super chat.
Delirium. Tremens. Google it. Or get Frog to. Frog does all my Googling. Google that, Frog. Stuttering John is a wet brain who lives in a fantasy world. You three are the best. No, you are.
Thank you, Erica.
Thank you. Will work for gout toe cream. Look at MAGA Ray DeVito's in the house, everybody. Yeah, Ray was getting beat up yesterday. Pat's out. Everybody except Steve. You got to get hit by a fucking nunchuck to get a job around here in the podcasting world, I guess. Nobody's getting paid anymore. Then they got paid. Nobody's allowed. Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, has John commented on Pat?
I don't think so.
He didn't take a win there somehow.
Not yet. He was too busy laughing that Stevie Lou was in the hospital with a broken arm.
God, that was incredible. That was the one clip I played on WATP this week. John acting like this was because he said your mom's box, so that's why some guy hit it with a nunchuck.
Well, and now he's doing this thing. Somebody asked him yesterday, "Did you have anything to do?" Like, obviously a goofy chat. You have anything to do with it? And he's just like smiling. He's like, you know, if he could, he would.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Yeah, there he is.
Oh, watch out. He would break his own nose so fast.
I mean, it's unbelievable. But just that's who he is, laughing at somebody's misfortune.
Well, today he was watching a video clip. Someone posted it on, I think, Dabblers Anonymous. And so John was watching this video clip from Red Bar, Mike David. And Red Bar was watching me and Chrissy Mayer. This was 4 years ago. This happened. I was on Chrissy's show. And Red Bar's watching that. And Mike David says, yeah, you know what? I think we need to follow up on this Karl fella because they made fun of us on Who Are These Podcasts. And John goes, oh, I hope he does. I hope he does. No, John's an idiot. So he doesn't realize that was 4 years ago. And this is not what's going on right now. But he should understand that because he's like, I'm a big fan of Red Bar. Mike David looks so different. He's like John. He has aged so much in 4 years. How would you not know that that's so old? He has like a dark beard.
When he was watching that clip at one point, Mike's making fun of Chrissy. And then at one point he goes, and this fucking loser too. He's talking about John.
Yeah.
And John's like, I don't know why he doesn't like me.
Yeah. And that was a funny part too, because John let the video keep playing where Mike David started calling out John for no reason. There was no reason to keep that video playing. He could have just stopped it.
He is also the computer thing. Maybe this is a little too, behind the wall, but it seems like to me if it wasn't for the fireworks, you wouldn't his new computer looks like shit already.
No, I think he degraded the video quality because he was getting a lot of people going like, holy shit, John, you look terrible. When he had the full 1080 going, that first couple weeks when he got that new computer, all of us were going, what the fuck happened to this guy? So I think he's downgraded the resolution again.
Yeah, I think that's something you can do easily in StreamYard because otherwise he's not making that change. But yeah.
Yeah. Well, he even said at the beginning, he goes, it shows too much, I think was his comment. So that makes sense.
You put a little Vaseline on his webcam.
episode of Moonlighting. And he's like, my favorite lineup, guys. Just missing Kumia. Yeah, Missy and Kumia are on location in Love. So they were not available, but both send their regards.
Sounds gay.
It is very. Radioactive John is healthier than Stuttering John and has a wife. Radioactive John. That's so true. The guy's married. His wife's with him, looking out for him. Oh,
and he's actually in the Ukraine helping.
Yeah, that dude stands with and he can barely stand with that giant fucking head. John would survive a plane crash. PWO.
All right. It's overmodulated.
My hero, Joe Black. There you go. Remember, any Stuttering John ailment is never the alcohol. Alcohol good, facts bad. Very true.
Yeah, the alcohol actually kills COVID, I'm pretty sure. When I got COVID, I just started drinking vodka straight, and I got over it in just a few months. It was great.
And just that
must have worked.
That alcoholic excuse of like, it's just beer at the end of the day. Like, it's like water.
He's always got
drink
an
water.
I know, he's always got an excuse. So we were talking about his tech and how obviously he looked better when he first got his computer, and now it looks like his old computer. And I was thinking about, Hal Sparks. Hal Sparks once helped John. He drove from Vegas to LA to show John how to plug in an Ethernet cable so that his internet would work better. And John brought up Hal the other day, and he's brought this up before, that Hal Sparks was overheard saying that he doesn't go on John's show anymore because he had to carry John's show.
Right.
And,
which, as much as I want that to be true, it doesn't sound like something Hal Sparks would say in front of people, because I'm sure he was annoyed more by the show than felt he was carrying it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But the crazy thing that I took note of this is that I didn't realize. I thought that someone who knows Hal or was in the situation contacted John about this. He said he saw it on Reddit.
Yeah.
Someone on Reddit posted that Hal Sparks said that he was carrying John's show. John, and he was making fun of people today for believing everything they want to believe. John always does this. If he sees something on Reddit and he wants to believe it, it's true. It's amazing.
Well, just earlier today, he was yelling about Dabblers Anonymous and how they'll believe anything.
Yeah.
They want to believe it all because they want it so badly to be true. And I'm like, that's you, dude.
Well,
that's
and then a super chatter put in there, and they go, yeah, John, like Rocco's mugshot from 1938. And John just glossed over it. It's like, yeah, don't you realize that you're the asshole? Everything you see that you want to be true, you believe?
It's unbelievable. I was saying his new catchphrase should be scroll, because that's what he does most of his show.
That's his show now.
Just scroll through Reddit. And I think one of the tells I've picked up is when the super chats get a little too mean, he goes over to Reddit. He takes a break, and he's got to walk it off. Got to go breathe a little bit.
You guys hate other people too, right? All right, good.
Yeah.
He was doing one last week when the picture came out and everyone was doing the photoshops of him walking through stuff. So he's scrolling through Reddit. Oh, look, there I'm there. And then he stops on an ad for like a video game. Am I in this? Nope. Keep scrolling. It was like World of Warcraft, like level video game. Is like, am I in this?
You know, when I used to be in digital marketing. I've brought this up a couple of times. I used to be in digital marketing, and I'd have clients say, yeah, but people don't pay attention to ads, Carl. This is a thing that says promoted right above it. Like, it's obviously not part of the content of the page. And John's in there going, oh, what's this thing? Am I photoshopped in this? Like, no.
Unbelievable. You guys are awesome. Keep on snarfing, bros. FSJ and let's go, Brandon. Thank you, JDT.
Is that Thundercats right there?
Snarf.
John saw a thing. I'm trying to remember what it was now, but it was some cartoon character showed up in his chat, and he goes, "What is that? Like a cartoon?"
Am I in that?
Nothing gets by you, John.
Don't worry, we are grooming KB to take Stuttering John. Boy, let me tell you something, Peg Leg Vet. If there's one person that could step
Truer
in,
words. Holy
step
shit.
in seamlessly, and you wouldn't miss a beat other than the drinking, it's KB.
They're the same person. It's crazy. You talk about being a child. KB is a child, the way that he thinks. And I was actually texting with Melton just a little while ago, talking about, so KB likes to hold, and I'm sorry, I'm going to go off on a little thing here.
Go ahead.
KB likes to hold it over people's head that they gave him. So Chad Zumock got paid $1,500 by him. And last year, I guess Ray made $9,000. Okay,
Right.
These are not wages that you could make a living off of. This is
Right.
I don't know why he thinks he can control people's lives over this. But imagine if his sitcom was picked up, if he actually had real clout, if he actually had a job in entertainment where he could actually control people, he would take advantage of it to a degree. I would love to see what kind of a monster this asshole would turn into, because he pays people $150 and he acts like he controls everything they do.
Not only does he act like he controls them, he goes, "Stand here while I keep hitting you with a bat," know, and just keep smiling.
Oh,
and yeah,
fucking Ray. I even texted Ray. I'm just like, I don't know what you're doing. But he sits there and he's like, "I'm not going to pay you, Ray." And then he goofs on him for 2 hours straight. Like, Ray, this is not helping your career, buddy. Come on. You know better than this. What are you doing?
And I like that John's neglected cat, I think, is the one that's showing the percentage, like who the super chats are talking about on MLC. The percentage of chats that are coming in about Chad, the percentage of super chats that are talking about Ray. You know, that's a very telling factor, because these guys are getting the majority of the super chats for them.
Right.
Yet they get nothing from you at the end. That's your business model. That's the show, is bring this guy in and let the audience tear him to shit. So you should maybe have a better deal worked out for those people if you're going to do that over and over again.
Well, I appreciate guys like Tukey, and the people like Liam, my buddy Liam, just like, don't pay me. You go on Kevin's show, and Kevin paid me for 3 or 4 appearances. I gave him all his money back. Do not let him pay you, because then he thinks he owns you and he can control what you get to do in your life, and that's insane.
Yeah, the Jewish parents. Don't say it's like the mob.
It's like fucking Eric Cartman. Like,
yeah,
we make fun of people like this.
100%. Don't accept it, because you're gonna be owing for the rest of your life.
Yep.
So you guys saying the Friday at 4 p.m. show that KB is convinced you're doing just to fuck with him could evolve into a show fucking with him?
Oh,
I like that idea. This is making a lot of sense right now.
I mean, we could do 2 hours, first hour John, second hour KB, and
well, and listen, I'll say this: I used to do a lot of SEO in my life. Misery Loves Company is not a good name for a show, because there's so many things called Misery Loves Company that if you try to put that into YouTube, his show does not show up. I have a feeling that we could create a show called Misery Loves Company that would actually rank higher than his show if we wanted to, and put it out at 4 p.m. Monday through Friday.
I like the title. There's already merch out there. I like it. We can work with it. Yeah.
Yeah. We'll see what Hineker's doing. Maybe he'll hop on board.
That's great. You're on the show against me now, Adam. Great meeting Cardiff and Rochester. Great guy.
What about me, Matt Fish? What about me?
They love doxing that potato. Stop doxing them, Matt. What's wrong with you? Cardiff, F, Mary Kill, Keanu's mom, the hand that's up the Tukey puppet, Knight Melendez. Also can't wait to see you guys in Florida.
Nice.
Okay, do I just get the hand that's up the puppet, or the whole, what's attached to the hand?
Just the hand.
Okay, I'm fucking that.
Is that a deal? Yeah, is that a deal breaker for you?
Rocco's jerking you off. Okay.
Marrying Knight Melendez, because I want Stuttering John to be my father-in-law. Yes. And sorry, Keanu's mom.
I love it. That's the only right answer.
We wish you well, Keanu. Mr. J, 2 more months until baby Harg is here. Hey, Cardiff, Lady K, and Shuli. Love you guys. Have a great weekend, everyone. Thank you, Mr. J.
You as well, mister.
Carl, thank you for reviewing Joe Matarese. I just watched Porcelain's YouTube docs. Highly recommend. Porcelain.
Yeah. Joe Matarese. So what are there, 3 docs that Porcelain's made about Joe Matarese?
Yeah.
It's very well documented.
COVID gets an annual John Melendez shot.
Yes.
Kahuna, what's up, brother? The network's evening news shows were warning about an intestinal virus last week. I was sick with 24 hours of stomach pain and chills myself. Well, you should have sent that to John. He could have used that today. It would have been better. How close are we to starting a show about the demise of Kevin Brennan? He is an absolute free fall, and it's glorious to watch.
How
Yeah.
close are we? We just started it. We started it 12 minutes ago.
We watched it this morning. My Lost Interest put together a great little clip of yesterday's, meltdown by Brennan. And Melton sniping him. It was fantastic.
By Brennan.
Thank you.
We both did it.
Why is there naked ladies on Lady K's Patreon?
Those are our review girls, sir. Thank you for promoting patreon.com/who are these podcasts. Our review girls have been nice enough to show us their boobies and their butts, and we've posted those for people who sign up.
That's how you get them to sign back up to Patreon. All right.
Doesn't hurt. Doesn't hurt.
Doesn't hurt. Good afternoon, Spud and Frosted Tips and Tunneler. Thank you, Slapjaw. Pleasure. Afternoon to you, sir. John should star in a remake of Leaving Las Vegas and title it TV Squash Homeless.
It's a stretch, but I like it. So on the show today,
yes,
John. Well, first he was watching Lucy Tightbox, this short video on YouTube. I did a show once over with Kaylee on YouTube. Lucy Tightbox reviews movies, and her and I reviewed One Too Many. And he's watching this quick thing about that. And then he goes, "Oh, she hates my movie. She really hates my movie." And then he goes into YouTube and he searches on One Too Many reviewed. And he starts scrolling through and he finds Mint Salad talking about One Too Many. I think he was confusing the two people, thinking they're the same person. They're not, but whatever. So then he's watching Mint Salad. And at first he's like, "Oh, I love this. She hates me so much. I love this." And then he switches and starts defending himself and arguing with her, which I love when John argues with people who aren't there. "Yeah, what do you think about that, Mint Salad? Huh?" It's like, she's not here. Anyway, so at one point, John compared himself to Ben Stiller.
Oh.
I wish I was making that up. John goes, "Well, just so you know, my agent said that I'm like a Ben Stiller." And John, you're not Ben Stiller. You're not Adam Sandler. You're a loser.
I mean, the nerve. I don't know how many times I've said that about him, but the nerve of him to compare himself to Ben Stiller.
I was mad when he thought he was Triumph the Insult Comic Dog, but then Ben Stiller on top of that? Come on.
Listen, he announced today. Somebody said, "Hey, you hate Vince, but you're friends with Muttering Jay. That's you're a hypocrite." And he says, "Well, I personally do not believe that Muttering Jay is Vince."
Why are we letting him off?
Now?
Why are we letting him off the hook for this lawsuit thing? I know that it's John, and so we just treat him like he's a child, and so we just let it go. But how embarrassing was that whole lawsuit thing that he was going to sue Vince, and then Vince was going to sue Shuli and me? This is so embarrassing. And only John, and someone super chatted him today, was just like, "Yeah, what's going on with that lawsuit?" He's just, "You're not going to sue anyone. Stop it with that." He's just like, "Oh yeah, we'll see." Yeah. We'll see nothing, John. We'll see nothing.
The whole lawsuit is based on the fact that you're not working as a teacher anymore, and you are. So the lawsuit is done.
The lawsuit didn't make sense before that, though.
Right.
It was the dumbest thing ever.
Third-party lawsuit. He's the only fucking guy that does a third-party lawsuit.
He's the only guy who has an attorney on his show. He goes, "I'm going to sue you next week, right?" It's like, "Yeah, I know. Okay." It's not how lawsuits start.
Stuttering John is WT idiot that wins the lottery. Stern, then blows
white trash. Yeah.
White trash. Thank you. Wins the lottery. Stern, then blows all the money on bass boats and rare pinball machines, only to return to his shameful.
Someone brought this up to me. I can't remember. I think we were talking about on WATP. But John is like those guys. They're always documented by the news. These guys who make millions of dollars in the lottery, and then you fast forward 6-7 years, and they're broke.
Yeah,
and that's exactly who John is. He didn't deserve anything that he got. He received all of this stuff, and he squandered it, and now he's living in a shithole.
Yeah, when it falls from the sky, you spend it like it ain't. It's never gonna fall from there again.
Yeah.
So yeah,
you don't appreciate it. Yeah.
No, you don't. Shuli, please score John on the whack pack test done on the show years ago. He might tie Eric the Midget.
Oh,
not a bad idea.
That's a good idea. I like that.
I like that. Carl and Cardiff, there is a pre-show meetup at Conservative Grounds in Largo between 8 and 9 on Friday. Details in the Discord. Hope to see you there, Skull.
Purple, I love you,
Cool.
and we'll definitely confirm where the meetup's going to be, but that's actually the showtime. So we can't be at Conservative Grounds at 8 o'clock on Friday night because that's the time that the show's going to happen. Maybe it means Thursday. We'll be around Thursday. We'll be around Saturday. I think we're going to a baseball game or something. We'll be hanging out all weekend.
Met Purple. Legend.
Oh, yeah. Purple's great. Purple came to the creep off. Well, we did the roast of Carl and Vinny. He was sleeping in the front, but everyone else enjoyed the show quite a bit.
Everyone knows that the Coke in the San Fernando Valley stepped on bigly. Yeah, everybody. I knew that before I moved. Ojeda did call Arlemi a crunt. I saw it. That's what I heard.
Oh, Ojeda did?
That's what I heard. Yeah. Thank you,
Interesting.
Smouse.
Okay.
John is 100% financially illiterate. He says his apartment is free because his pension covers it, and he's paying a mortgage on an empty house.
Yeah, he was making fun of someone for paying rent. Oh, it was Kevin. He was making fun of Kevin Brennan for paying rent. I'm like, John, you're in an apartment right now. How do you not realize that? He's so stupid. He's like Chad Zubak with his taxes. He's so stupid.
I think they have the same financial planners.
I think so.
Hi, Cardiff. Vote Carl. There you go.
TheCreepoff.com. Vote for Carl. Thank you very much, Dayla.
Thank you,
Or
Dayla. There's no Mercedes hired a guy to act a detailer. Oh, you think that you think you spent this money on a guy who's just supposed to act like he's detailing his Mercedes?
That was the weirdest thing when he invited him into his house. And he's like, come on, camera for the people and promote your business. He always thinks he's doing people a favor.
Who was that manager of all the boy bands that ended up going to jail? He's like Lou Pearlman.
Yeah, right.
He's like, hey, come here, sit on my lap, get over here, say hi. I've been on a coke bender every night for the past week. Today I feel horrendous. I must have had a bad case of the COVIDs. Thank God I'm vaccinated. So, thank you, Pickles.
Yeah, so was John implying, because when he was hospitalized, he was in Iowa. He was at that
Correct.
Cedar Rapids gig. So was John implying that he was doing coke for 2 days straight in Iowa or before he went to Iowa? When was he doing all this coke?
That's a great question. And was he even doing coke, or did he have to go to the hospital after they said, no, it's a potato bar you're playing tonight? Oh, my God. Falls over. It sounds like he was doing it while there.
So I wonder if the owner of the barbecue restaurant that has a potato bar in it, I wonder if that guy was supplying them.
Yeah.
Now we got to get to the bottom of this.
Well, I'm just curious if the owner is aware that this story is being shared by John.
Because honestly, a 58-year-old guy like Stuttering John who has no friends, no connections, no nothing, it wouldn't be really easy for him to score coke.
No.
So it's someone we know.
I think coke was negotiated before the flight was even purchased. I think it's one of the selling points to go and perform, in my opinion.
I think you're right about that.
Because if it was are we talking about the Double Z?
Yes.
Bar and Grill?
Yes.
Because he was with the owner of the bar in the morning. Remember, he did radio in the morning.
Yes.
What else do you need to keep John going all day?
Uh-huh.
That's a great point.
They were good friends. The two of them were friends.
And John was shot out of a cannon on that radio show, if you remember. What's with your leg? Yeah, I'm missing a leg.
Yeah, I told you that bump would put me in the zone. Thanks.
Yeah, he was fired up.
Eugene gifting a dime. Let's go, baby.
I swallow cum.
Thank me. Now Bob's saying I touch his dick a lot.
I don't even know what we have back there.
I thought you guys retired the suck my dick Kevin Brennan thing.
No, we did, and then
brought it
people
back?
lost their minds. They go, we want you to suck dicks again. And we're like, okay.
Because I have to tell you that I've heard from a few people that they're like, yeah, I like watching Uncle Rico. But then, like, all of a sudden, someone yells, suck my dick over and over again. And it's very embarrassing if I'm listening to that around other people.
Yeah, well, tell your friends to grow up, okay?
I'll let Drew Lane know. Yes, I'll tell him.
Yeah. Hey, Drew, we can't all be experts like you, okay? Some of us have to blurt out, suck my dick to get viewers, all right? No, I love Drew. Tell him I apologize. I was worried how you three would split this, but since it's fake, crisis averted. Shuli World Order, Tukey World Order, hashtag Cardiff's my favorite starch, FVTL, FKB. Beautiful, Aaron. Well said.
You know what? This just reminded me. One of the funniest things about John is he'll see FSE. And he's always thrown off by that.
Mhm.
FSE. Huh.
His last name starts with a W.
Yeah, he never knows Shuli's name. The arch nemesis in John's world is Shuli Agar, and he's always just like, who the fuck is SE? Should be at the top of the list there, John. Think about it.
His last name starts with a W. Might be my favorite.
He's so stupid. Let's talk about this too.
Yeah.
John's dye job. I got a text. I love my buddy Earl David Reed. I don't know if you've ever done shows with him before, but he's a great comic. He's been on WATP. He's going to come back soon. And he's waiting.
Carl's black friend, Shuli.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I know that guy.
Friend.
Yeah. Your one black friend. Yeah.
My one black friend. Yeah.
Yeah.
And EDR is great because he'll just text me randomly because he's just watching the stuff. He's just like, what the fuck? So he texts me out of the blue. He goes, what happened to John's hair? I go, yeah, it looks like it's out of a box. He claims he went to Supercuts, which is a weird brag anyway. But I go, it has to be out of, he had to have done it himself. He goes, yeah, it's not even a name brand. It's generic out of the box from CVS.
But what's the weirder brag, that you went to Supercuts or that you dropped $70 at a Supercut?
I know. It's so bizarre. But his hair looks terrible. And he comes on stream and he goes, don't worry, it'll wash out. We're not worried about it, John. You're embarrassing yourself, not us.
Don't worry. All right, don't play the suck my dick thing because now Drew is going to get all upset if we do it. So I'll play a drop, all right?
All right.
Dill Dog, gifting 10.
Ah,
There you go. Little Brian Karam. Little that.
I do have to say, Carl kind of does have a point because I was watching John the other day. I had the phone in my pocket as I was walking in the door, and it's when he was watching his own movie, and my 4-year-old neighbor walks out of the house and says hello right as the sex scene comes on, and John, of course, overacting.
Oh, God. It's so bad.
Now you're on the list. Now you got to go door to door, and then
I have to move.
yeah. Gar, good to see you, pal. John probably has some sort of colonized infection, a colon infection, that flares up when his immunity drops or his stress levels rise.
That's a good.
Which
that's
is
a good point.
every show his stress levels rise.
No, that's a good point because remember it happened to him when he got back from Atlantic City.
Yep.
And there was a lot going on there.
Yep.
He's probably, with not getting a lot of sleep, being very drunk all weekend, and then flying to Atlanta, and then Chicago, and then Seattle.
Well, you forgot threatening various people to step outside. You have that.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, he basically kicked Rocco's ass.
Oh,
it's amazing. He was saying, what was he saying? Just this week, he was talking about how he took care of Patrick Melton in Atlantic City. Like in his mind,
him down. He shut
in
him
his
down.
mind, he beat up Patrick Melton. And it's so funny because anyone who watches that video, Patrick towers over John. It's almost like, remember that Kids in the Hall skit where they're just like, stay down to Bruce McCullough? Stay down. He's just like, I'm going to fight you. He just keeps getting his ass kicked over and over again. That's what would go down between Patrick. And I know Patrick says he's not a good fighter, but he would destroy John. He's so much bigger than him.
Just like in the Kids in the Hall sketch, you just have to put his fist out like this, and John would keep running into it. But no, John the other day was saying, you should have seen, he was apologizing when I got in his face. Melton was saying, I'm sorry you got upset. I'm sorry you got upset.
Yeah.
He's not apologizing out of fear. He's not afraid of you. He's not backing down. You're the one who went behind a female security guard. You did, John.
That's the other dumb thing, too, is, and Ray DeVito was pointing this out on MLC yesterday, that Melton and KB were hanging out. They were sitting at the same table having food and drinks together in Atlantic City. And now Ray DeVito has crossed the line by doing a show with Patrick Melton. And Ray's like, what do you want me to do? You guys were friends 3 weeks ago. What's going on here?
I mean, imagine how Levy feels. He was doing the show with Kevin. He has a phone call with Chad. Kevin throws him off the show, doesn't pay him $6,000, he owes him. And then 4 months later brings Chad on as a co-host.
Chad. Yep.
Unbelievable.
It's amazing.
Happy Friday, fuckaroonies. Thank you, Dill Dog. All the best, my friend. His property taxes are almost $6,000 a year, and insurance is at least $5,000. He and Ossie have to have a Florida driver's license to get a homestead exemption. Ossie's paying all of this now, plus power and water for sprinkling.
Yeah, there's a lot of bills. When you own a house, it's just sitting there. There's bills you're paying.
You know how much that trickle charger on the Harley's costing him in electricity?
Oh my God. That electric guitar tuner set him back a little bit, right?
Oh, God, his snark.
His snark, yeah.
So proud of me. It's like, I got 5 or 6 of these. Like, wow.
And clearly it's defective because that fucking thing is still out of tune.
Did you catch him going through the list of things he had to do this week? Like how he has such a busy, and one of them was making sure my Harley's trickle charger's on. Like,
unbelievable.
What is that? Like that's the fourth most important thing he has to do that day. I guess he has to call the biker gang living in his Cape Coral house.
Like Bob's going, I got a lot to do today. I got to run the dog, which means throw a ball to the dog and it brings it back. He goes, then I got to drive to the gas station. He's like, I got a lot going. John was so proud he had his gardener mow his dead grass. The real estate agent probably told him to clean it up for showings.
Yes.
Yeah, that's Mark.
Good call, Mark.
100%. Like, you want me to sell this fucking thing? Help me out.
Yeah.
Jenny G gifting 1. Thank you,
How can I
Jen.
prove I didn't touch his dick alive?
I don't know, Kev. Slicks gifting 5.
Oh,
Thank
hold
you.
on. I got a drop for gifting memberships. How about this? Little Scott and Todd in the morning.
Classic, my friend.
Holy shit! I just thought of something.
Yeah.
What?
So again, the Florida house still makes no sense.
Right.
Right.
Getting ready to sell, buying it, why he bought it, why he sold the condo, why he sold any, none of it makes sense.
Correct.
But there was a drop of him a while ago talking about his real estate expertise and how he says, every time I do a real estate transaction, I get a kickback from my guy. Is he just making his mother buy and sell homes so he can suck out a kickback?
Interesting. Yeah, the whole thing where he brags about owning 13 different houses over the course of his life is not the brag that he thinks it is.
No, it's not.
It's like, yeah, but now you're in a studio apartment, John. And you don't realize that that's actually worse. It's the same thing when he goes over his credits. He can't stop himself from going through his credits. Like, yeah, but this is why it's fascinating that you followed this far, John. If this was Perry Caravello, you're like, well, yeah, the guy was never anything, so it's fine. The only reason why he's famous is because people are goofing on him. You actually had a career in show business, and this is where you're at. This is bad, John. Stop talking about it.
It's like meeting someone who's not in the military, but they go, I've lived in 14 states. And you go, what the fuck's wrong with this person?
Yeah,
what are
Chad
they running?
Zubak,
Yeah. J Max gifted 1. Thank you, J Max. Thank you. John's bloody prolapse. I fell out of John after he threw up on a park bench. I wish he took better care of me. Oh, hey, Carl.
Thanks a lot, Carl.
Gross.
Hard R Ron gifted 1.
You dumb fuck.
Thank you, Ronnie. J Max, $2. Thank you, J Max. Dill Dog. Cardiff, why does your potato have a purple hue?
Thank you.
It's from his headphones.
My lights, I don't know.
His lights are off. I'm buying Stuttering John's music catalog from Atlantic Records. Cool, man.
Well, how much does that cost?
Yeah, what's that setting you back? 40, 60 bucks?
I think it comes free with your new iPhone.
CJ Spags. I love me some Spags. He's hiding money. Condo, mom's name. Cape Coral in mom's name. Mom passes house through inheritance. Susanna or government can't touch the inheritance. He can put money in his name until then. Dumb thing is, he broadcasts his crime.
Yes, that is spot on. And John always likes to say back when him and Vince were friends all those years ago, he likes to say, there's reasons why you put your house in your mom's name. You know what I mean, Vince. You know what I'm talking about. It's like, yeah, because your credit score sucks. But he's like, no, there's more to it than that. It's like, yeah, you're hiding the money from your family. Okay, That's even cooler. Good job, John.
Excited for the Largo show and the meet and greet, says Val.
See you there, Val. Looking forward to it. Now, I want to point something out because someone was saying they were excited to meet Cardiff in Rochester. We just did the live show, Coming at the Carlson this past weekend. The weekend that John was supposed to be in Rochester, and you were pointing out that Cardiff was doxxed or something. Cardiff is in character at all times. No one takes a photo with the real Cardiff Electric. He was on stage for hours wearing this mask, and then he's walking around the club wearing this mask. He's committed to the bit. I got to give him credit for that.
I'm not necessarily committed to the mask in Largo, but I'm committed to the bit. I'll be wearing something.
Yes.
But yeah, it's looking like a big shipping fiasco trying to get that thing to Florida.
Come on, you can do it. You can do
Can't
it.
just bring it on carry-on.
I don't think it fits in the overhead compartment. It's pretty big.
Just wear it. It sucks for whoever's behind
Yeah,
you.
just wear it on the plane.
It's religious headgear.
Well, it could be for COVID. It could be your mask. What do they know?
Today on Air Canada, a man showed up.
Just watching him try to get in the door with that fucking thing on, try to board the plane.
I'm flying American, thank you very much.
How dare you? Never forget, Chrissy stole Christmas. Red Bar is watching. Chrissy stole Christmas.
She did. She's like the Grinch.
John, I didn't pay for this place. L.A. Next sentence. My Writers Guild pension pays for my rent and beer. Mm-hmm.
He's so stupid.
Yep. Oh, there's another topic to bring up. He's organizing some reunion for a Tonight Show, but it looks like nobody's biting on this. And it is fun to see screenshots of trolls talking shit in there to him. But yeah, he's apparently putting together. He goes, I'm paying for hors d'oeuvres. He's flexing right now.
And signage.
And signage.
Amazing.
How could Kevin Eubanks resist?
Well, my theory about this is John putting together a job fair, job expo. He's bringing people that are still working in the industry that have connections. He's going to treat them. He's going to pay for stuff, but it ain't free. He's going to come to you at some point. He's going to be like, hey, I hear you're working here. I hear this guy. Help me out. Help me out. Everything comes at a cost. This guy is not looking to be a good person.
Well, so it's a public Facebook post that he put out saying, hey, we're doing a 10-year reunion. So I went out there and commented on it because someone linked to it in Dabblers Anonymous. John was trying to allude to the fact that Jay Leno might show up. He's like, there's going to be some surprises. Almost like, yeah, Jay's going to come to this thing, guys. So I put a response on there. And I said, yeah, the surprise is what John looks like. No one's going to recognize that troll. It's terrible.
But
go ahead.
If this event does happen in 6 months, 3 months, he'll be screaming on the show when one of these people don't get him a job somewhere. I think you're right. It is a job fair. He's gonna be screaming, "I bought you chicken wings after everything I did for you."
Hors d'oeuvres! I got you hors d'oeuvres!
If this does happen, if there is a 10-year anniversary of the Tonight Show and all his friends show up, somebody please park him in. Somebody just park behind his car, please.
I know. I'm going to post on Reddit that Susanna is being interviewed on Uncle Rico right now.
Oh, please do. Yes, please
Actually,
do.
DJ, just wait till 9 o'clock tonight when we're on.
He's so afraid of that. I don't think Susanna would like that. I don't think she'd want to do that.
Well, I can't. Let's just say maybe it's something he should be worried about.
Oh.
Let's just leave it at that.
You know what that sounded like to me? It sounded like a...
Oh, it's a
tease
big
right there.
It's a F5 teaser.
Nice.
Touching down. More like World of Wart ass. Am I right, guys? Yeah, man. Dick is white, everybody.
Killing it.
Naturally negative. Oh, John the Dabblist. Guard your baloney and remind us your glory and make your cores known to us and fill us, cores, with your skull, which gives light through your knowledge.
You know what? This is giving me an idea. Should the Dabbleverse be a religion? Because, Shuli, I don't know about you, but I'm doing my taxes right now. It's a huge pain in the ass. Giving way too much money to the government.
You ain't good.
L. Ron Hubbard had some good ideas, you have to admit.
And Cardiff, we could totally pass him off as a god. I mean, who's not? You know
deity,
what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those eyes, that smile. Who's not listening to this?
Instead of that elephant with all the arms or whatever that thing is, people just have shrines of Cardiff in their house.
Who's to say the potato's weird? You got a fucking elephant with 27 arms. Like, shut up.
I'm liking everything I'm hearing so far, guys.
Yeah, this is great. I love it. All right, we should probably stop talking about it on air.
Yeah. Don't bring up the castration and Nikes portion of the religion. We'll get to that later. Stuttering John races through my super chats now. Won't pronounce all words. John's ready with it. Yeah, he does that.
Ask for a refund.
I don't say this lightly. Ray is too good for MLC, the Black Cat.
Christian, I gotta say, that is a bold statement right there. I've never seen a bold statement, but you might be onto something.
Careful what you wish for, Christian.
You might
I
be
used to
onto
think the
something.
same thing. Some people deserve where they go, you know?
Well, and I messaged this to Ray, and he didn't respond because he's mad at me right now, I think. I don't know what's going on with him. But any comedian in New York City who has any type of career will tell you that Kevin Brennan's a piece of shit. Kevin Brennan has no friends in the world of comedy, and yet these people, like Ray DeVito, think that Kevin Brennan's their ticket to stardom. It's like, no, this is actually holding you back. It's hindering your ability to get the career you want to have.
It also is ruining future relationships for you, you
Yes.
know, with people.
Correct.
And that's half the battle, is just being friends or in the right place with the right people at the right time.
Yeah, who you associate yourself with is very important in any type of community, but in comedy, just like any other one.
Yeah.
You guys are talking out of your ass. Kevin Brennan got Ray on the Joe Matarese show.
That's true.
Come on, guys.
One and done. It's
Good
over.
point. Kevin Brennan is the biggest bitch of all the bitches out there. Only women want to control other men. Only women do that.
Yeah, and he's like, he plays this victim like John, where it's like, they're all coming after me. They're all coming after me.
Oh, you're doing a stand-up show just to spite me? No, actually, someone booked me and they asked me if I could do it, and they're paying me money, so I'm going to go do it. Oh, so it's just about me. This is like a conversation you had with your wife. Oh, why did you hang out at the bar so late? Because you wanted to piss me off? No, we were having a conversation about sports, and I was enjoying myself. I'm sorry.
He goes, they're trying to take my channel down. This is a guy who offered $1,000. Anybody could take down my channel. Like,
I know.
He's unbelievable.
He's insane.
Unbelievable. Exactly like John. Comparing Stuttering John 3 years ago to Stuttering John today is a vast downward spiral in stupidity, mentality, and medically. Knowing what you all know about Stuttering John, where do you see this next 3 years?
3 years?
I was going to say 1.5, maybe
3 months.
Tops.
I give it a quarter.
Not good. Not good. He's definitely set in his ways. We can all agree on that. He's not going to change anything. Maybe he needs one more scare, but fuck, 2 heart attacks?
2 strokes.
Strokes.
Oh, 2 strokes?
They were mini strokes.
2 strokes equal a heart attack, shit, where? No, but like, fuck, man. It's your alarm in your body telling you it's time to fucking change shit up. And
no, he's perfectly healthy. He's told us many times he's doing great.
He's got kids who he claims he loves, who are his world, but your world is drinking because that's what you always go to. Maybe.
Well, it's crazy to me. If you want to know if John's an alcoholic or not, any day that he doesn't drink, he brags about it.
Yeah.
Could you imagine going, I didn't drink that one day over Christmas vacation.
Yeah.
And I only had a martini 2 days ago and a beer with my date.
Coors Light always answers the phone when I call.
Yeah.
It's so weird. Do you know anyone who's not an alcoholic who brags about not drinking one day?
No, even today he was like, I'm not drinking now. It's 10:30. It's like, yeah, we all know that's normal. That's how normal people think. You don't have to announce that, you know? I'm an hour behind. Just wanted to say, hey, guys. Thank you, Tony. Good to
Tony
see you,
Maloney.
buddy. Looney Tunes critic, Stuttering John. The last time I did stand-up, the audience had never been stiller. Get it? Stiller?
That's good. That's good
He's
stuff.
funny.
I like it.
Okay. Julie, apologize to Melton. Make it right. Hi, Cardiff. Vote Carl. Melton, I am so sorry, pal. There you go. I hope that helped.
I'm glad.
Rhubarb gifted 5. Look out.
Why lie?
Hold on. I have this, too.
There you go. Cherry pie.
I love
The stench of failure.
how stuffed up he is at the end of that. And the trumpet thing, he goes, ugh, okay, there you go. Didn't Brock dox that Stuttering John is working mornings in the super chat? Yes.
Yeah, I didn't call you today because I thought you were working. Whoops.
But what's funny, the day that he slipped up and said Brock's name, that was the day Brock showed back up in his chat and gave him $100.
Yes.
Interesting. Kind of rang a bell, and they came. He's got it. Maybe he is a genius. Maybe
Wait a second. Is John weaponizing personal information? Because he never does that. That's crazy.
That would be nuts. I don't think he would ever do something that nefarious.
There's the guy right there.
Dabble Don Dada. John is literally mentally handicapped, Carl. Stop it.
You're right.
Yeah.
I'm the asshole.
Thanks a lot, Carl.
Carl went back and watched old WATP episodes and found 2 shocking developments. First, you told Stuttering John that a paywall added copyright protection. 2, the first use of Stuttering John dabbling in comedy was on your show.
That is true. It was Eric Nagel, who's going to be on my show this weekend with Brian Johnson. It's crazy because Chrissy Mayer obviously said, I didn't realize you dabbled in comedy. You go back to when Eric was on my show long before that Dabbleverse was created, and Eric talked about John dabbling in comedy.
Yep.
So, sorry, E-Rock. Once again, we're just like, whatever. We don't care. The cute girl sent us, and we're going to pay attention to that.
Yeah, but she overheard it at the water cooler at Compound.
While she was stealing gifts for Christmas, yes.
Stealing gifts and dabbling comment. When John announced his connection to karmic justice, he made it known that he has risen and became Saint John with the nunchucks of John's mom's box.
All right, this religion thing is really taking off right now. We're getting Dag Lizard involved.
I like
three
it.
of us.
Listen,
Maybe the guys in the back. I don't know. We'll see about them.
all you need is Dang involved, and we're off to a great start. Ghost of Ralph Melendez. Drew Lane is the Kaiser Soze of the Dabbleverse.
Agreed.
I really believe Cardiff doxed himself. So did I. And I've met him without anything on.
I know. How did you not know that?
I was really high, and I didn't know what was going on.
Look nothing like him.
What sold it is how he shut down, and I'm like, and I'm making a joke about it. He's giving me nothing. And I'm going, oh, he's pissed. I go,
no, that was a good sell job.
A great actor.
Amazing.
Great actor.
Cardiff, what did I say to you before our show Saturday night?
Yeah,
We
you
were
asked.
talking. I go, was Shuli in on that?
No.
Like, nope. Couldn't let Bob leave, ahead of time. A gag was coming.
Yep.
No. Hey, look, Carter's about to do something.
Yeah.
I know. Bob would have definitely ruined it.
Send Bob the link. Let's see. Let's ask him. But no, we were what really got me laughing is people in chat were quoting when I go, who is that? When I saw him
I wanted your natural reaction, Mr.
Oh
Shuli.
boy, you fucking got it. You got it, man.
Where's that video from, by the way, Carter? People are saying they've seen that person before.
You know what's amazing? Within 20 minutes, someone on Hackverse had the original video. It's just some.
Okay, where is it from? Do you know?
I think I Googled a YouTube show or old guys talking about toys. And that popped up. It's just some. It was some and it was like 2,000 subscribers, so it's not like it was a big show. But somebody found him.
Fucking Reddit.
Somebody found him.
Just when you think you got free time, Reddit's like, hold my beer. I'll find this in 15 minutes. I can proudly admit I was outwitted by a potato. You sly spud, you. Love you, Shuli. Much love. Hey, Don.
Cool.
Oh, hey, Rebellion.
Hey, Rebellion. Thank you. And Rebellion's gifted a membership. Good egg.
If we went to trial.
Where's Brian Johnson? Has he tapped out? Good question. Where has he?
He's on the show tomorrow with me, along with his lovely wife will be on as well, Mary Beth. But no, Brian Johnson's very much paying attention. He's actually going to be in Vegas at Hackamania.
They were in Atlantic City.
Yes, they came to Atlantic City. That's what I love about Brian is he's not looking to promote himself or anything like that. So he saw that everyone was hanging out in Atlantic City. He's just like, we should just go to that. So they just drove in, and John walked over to talk to him for a minute. John saw Brian Johnson across the bar, got up, started walking over, and then something triggered his head. He was just like, friend or foe, went up, and he just turned around and walked back to his bar stool and never talked to him.
Hey, look
there he is.
I'm here to ruin the bit.
I didn't know Bob would be watching this show. I would have said that.
No, I just got up. I took a nap, Carl.
Oh, we should text about that later.
We should nap together.
If you listen quietly, you can hear John going, oh, Oh, in his apartment right now. 2 nappers. Oh.
Oh, that was something that John tweeted out recently where he goes, "Where's Carl been? He went away. I guess all the napping got to him." Or I forget what the thing that he said was.
Napcake destroyed his life.
I couldn't take it. Oh, I have it right here. He says, Lady Kmart has disappeared after the embarrassment of nap time. It appears he has become the devil versus lol cow. He just tweeted that yesterday.
Who doesn't like nap? Truthfully, this is the greatest feeling ever. I woke up, I didn't even know what day it was.
Yeah.
Well, the funniest part about this just recently came out. So Kevin Brennan did 2 hours on that 7-second video, acting like it was the most embarrassing thing ever.
Yeah.
Vince the Lawyer's the one who put that video together. Vince the Lawyer thought I was talking about a Star Wars toy when I said, "Watch out, my Mandalorian's on the floor." Or my Mandalorian. My mandolin, I said. But he thought Mandalorian. So that's why Vince the Lawyer thought it was embarrassing. And Kevin ran with it because he's a dope. He doesn't fucking know. It's like, no, people own musical instruments. Musicians do, specifically.
But that tweet, he was upset. Somebody's not talking about him enough.
Yeah, he needs me more than I need him, I think.
Oh, wow.
It was so funny because we were watching a Blunder Years the other day, and at one point Howard is dressing down John, and he goes, "'Cause I'm your daddy, and you want love from your daddy." And we all stop and we're like, that's the same exact thing he says to everybody else now.
Yeah.
Wild. It's John saying that.
Projection.
Bob almost whooping his ass.
Who's?
Kevin or John?
Well, John almost whooped Tuki's ass. We know that.
He was this close.
Yep.
It
basically happened.
Basically, yeah, it means it's happened.
I really thought he was in a seatbelt when he was sitting down because that motherfucker wasn't getting up.
He didn't have to get up to say, "We can work it out" with his hands up.
Well, Bob, you were napping, but John was flexing his bicep on the show today, so it's a good thing.
Wait, from one day at the gym?
Yeah, he goes, "Wait till next week. It's going to be way bigger." I swear to
Muscles
God.
are coming in next week. He ordered them on Amazon. They're coming in next week.
He thinks that's how working out works. Give me a week.
Borgata rules. Number 1, gamble responsibly. Number 2, no counting cards. Number 3, no trashing anyone's kids.
That's correct.
Thank you, Harry. Number 6.
That's amazing.
Eddie, step outside, you say? Sounds like something Pat Cooper would say. Yeah. You should invite Drew Lane to do this show. He's anytime he wants to.
So I'll tell you this. I do invite Drew every time that we're hosting Point Dabblepoint, and he told me his only New Year's resolution is to come on Point Dabblepoint. So at some point, he will be on the show.
Absolutely. He's more than welcome. I like Drew. Mike. Oh, Mike. Wait, you say it, Discount. You couldn't get this one 5 times yesterday.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Here we go. My cunt is slimy?
Yeah!
Hey! Nailed it.
Yeah.
So that wasn't Cardiff the other day? That wasn't his real picture?
that was
not the real guy.
Here he goes, ruined bits again.
Yeah.
Old ruined bits Levy.
Penis wrinkle. Do you think Stuttering John puts hospitalized for a cocaine binge on his substitute teacher resume for medical conditions?
Probably not. I've never been hospitalized for alcoholism. I was on a coke binge. Okay, you win. Fucking idiot.
Y'all have any remorse for sabotaging Stuttering John's show in New York?
In New York. What is it?
What show?
We didn't sabotage anything. John said he was going to roast a guy who looked like me for 10 minutes. And I said, well, I'll just show up then. If you want to roast me, I'll just show up. And then John said, I'm not going.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to book a show with him because we're going to do 2 shows, like he said.
Oh, that's a good point, Father Time. He has challenged. He said he can beat Bob in stand-up and that he easily.
Please make this happen.
Yeah, I think Carlson is the place to be for.
Well, he's not. I'm sure they're not going to book it at the Carlson.
I'll travel wherever this is happening. I don't care where it is. I'm there.
I mean, if he's going to be in New York, I can easily get tips. I can get, whatever.
We can get Long Island. We can
Long
get
Island. Anything.
James
It
over
doesn't
there to
matter.
help us out. Yeah, absolutely.
We'll have some fun.
You tell us where, John. We'll find a spot. How about that?
No,
We'll make it happen.
because then he's going to think it's a team. Are you teaming up against him?
No, it'll just be you and Bob. You versus Bob.
Yeah, but there is a nap before the show.
Yes.
That is
Mandatory
in the
nap.
contract.
And then we're bowling. And then we're boxing. And what else we got? What, racquetball?
IQ test somewhere in there.
IQ test. We're going to do it all.
The reunion will just be him and Doc Severinsen. If Stuttering John is paying for the hors d'oeuvres, it'll be those Vienna sausages in a can and government cheese. Wait, Julie, take the second mortgage and offer $50K to Susanna. If only you guys knew. Jay was gonna go, but Stuttering John gave Mavis the directions. So that he forgot. I see what you did there.
And the invitation.
Right. Tonight show reunion is at Pickwick. Got Stuttering John to say a Nazi slogan on Super Chat by saying, "See Kyle Chandler." He went on to say Chandler was a family friend. That's
Johnny Russo.
Johnny, good to see you, pal.
Pre-order Anthony Cumia's new book, everyone.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
TS reunion will be a disaster. John is the type of person to invite you to a barbecue, then at the last minute tell you to bring your own food and drinks.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he invited Joey C to come to his place, and Joey said, "Yeah, we'll have dinner." And he goes, "Yeah, just bring pots, pans, and whatever you want to cook, and come cook for me at my place."
And then it changed to, why don't I just go to your house and you cook for me there?
Might be easier than bring your whole kitchen on a run. Hey, fellas, have you heard about anyone doing a documentary about the Dabbleverse? Think Grizzly Man with a drunk piece of shit skull. Thank you, Lloyd.
Yeah, Netflix calls me every day. Where is the doc? I'm working on it. Give me time.
Coming. Pickwick Pub is only an hour away from me. If I know what day he is there, I'll go and observe a Stuttering John. It's in natural habitat. Love you guys.
An hour away in LA, so you're in what, Silver Lake?
You're right next door.
Yeah, you're
Right.
3 miles down the road.
Right.
Fuck out.
I'm so happy Cardiff didn't accidentally dox himself. It was so funny, but I also felt I did too, but I couldn't stop laughing about it either.
No,
But
it
I
was
felt bad.
hilarious because I knew that wasn't him, but I was just I was going along. Oh, I knew it was him. You see, I just woke up.
Yeah.
I just thought it was very funny because, yeah.
Well, the facial expressions are perfect.
But
Wow.
The guy's
I'm
just
sitting there like an idiot going, I've met this guy. I go, man, he's really been working out. He looks completely different. I said a prayer and lit candles for you boys when I was at Our Lady of Worthless Junk Church. Thank you, Uncle Jack.
Oh, Carmela responded and says she lives in Orange County. Ooh la la. Wow.
Uh-huh.
Good for you.
I'm here to ruin the bit and chew nicotine gum, and I'm all out of nicotine gum. Let's go, Dicker. Better late than never. Shut up and let the Rev speak.
Hey! I wasn't on here. I just took a nap. I felt good when I woke up, and I seen you guys enjoying yourselves, and I figured let me put an end to this.
Perfect.
I was, the fantastic Mr. Super Guy. I was pretty excited about Cardiff being a Star Wars nerd.
Oh, I am, so it's okay.
Laziest Man on Mars gifting one. Thank you,
If
man.
we went to
Laziest Man on
trial,
Mars.
I'd go doctor. No, I'm sorry.
Your Honor.
Oh my God.
Bob, there is a place for the Born Wrong
Okay.
Again ministry in the Church of St. John. United all the Dabbleites again, and end the pocket back.
Yeah, I'll try to do that. Doesn't he have
Or-
COVID?
Dang Lizard was fucking me up on Who Are These Socials last night, too, with all this shit. It's out of control.
It's unbelievable. Stuttering John would be the next Tiger King if he could just let a documentary film crew follow him around. Coors King, Cat Litter King, Dabble King. Dorby, you're so right.
Yeah.
He wants to embarrass us all. He wants to beat us all. He wants to be the king of the Dabbleverse. That's how you do it. That's how you do it. But it's got to be everything. It's got to be real deal Holyfield. That's
So
it.
he went up already today, right? He's already done or something?
Yeah, it turns out he kicked COVID.
Oh, he did already again?
Yeah. Well, he's got to go to CVS to find out if he still has it or not.
Yeah. Well, that wind was like 70 miles per hour yesterday, so it probably blew COVID right into him, So,
Jesus.
all right, listen, we're at 2 hours. Hey, thank you to everybody, 1,600 plus in here watching. Real quick, before we do plugs, let me just get this one out, bsshowlive.com. We got live shows coming up. That's where you go to get tickets. End of the month, we're in New Jersey. We're in Long Island, and then May 17th and 18th, Huntington Beach, at the Rec Room in California. Go get your tickets, bsshowlive.com. And boys, please, Carl,
What a show host. Before we do plugs, let me do my plugs.
Yeah, I want to get my shit before they all start dropping
Before we
like
do
flies.
plugs. What an asshole. WATPlive.com. We're going to be 1 week from today in Largo, Florida. And you should check it out because it's going to be myself, Cardiff, producer Chris, Trucker Andy, Vinny Paulino, Lucy Typebox, Jenny Jingles, Dr. Steve, Tukey, Monique from Radio Gunk, Top Lobster from Tower Gang, Joey C. Andrea, who's in our chat right now, the Hell Sparks moderator is going to be. Everyone's going to be there.
Wow.
Fuck yeah.
WATPlive.com. I can't get enough dicks in my butt.
Cardiff?
Patreon.com/Cardiff Electric and WATPlive.com. Come see me in Largo, Florida.
Fuck yeah.
Bobby?
I don't know if you heard about Levy-Hurst. We're struggling, but we're having fun. Levy-Hurst. Come on by and say hello and PCL Live. And it's good seeing you guys, you know?
Wake up as an NPR DJ? I mean, what the fuck's going on?
I'll tell you, it's a little cloudy outside tonight. It's going to be windy. If you have COVID or anything, be careful.
Hey, Barbara, you can run, but you can't hide. I'll see you in Huntington Beach with Dozer.
Yeah, bring that dog, okay? We'll see what happens.
Gentlemen, enjoy your weekend. Let's all keep our head on a swivel for John News. Thank you to everybody in the chat, whether you just hung out, whether you super chatted, gifted, membered up. Thank you guys so much for the support.
And go to live gigs.
We like those people better, by the way, if you super chatted and gifted. And
you're definitely higher up on the list, for sure.
Go to Florida and have fun. It's a good time of year to go to Florida, truthfully.
It is a good time.
Are you doing another show?
Me?
I don't know how we got to Florida, yeah.
Yeah, Florida is it's very nice out there. Prices are down right now.
All right, I got to get my grandfather home. You guys have been great. Love you all. Bye. Everybody.